Hello everyone. I'm thrilled to be back with a new and essential tutorial for beginners, aiming to master the craft of barbering. Today we're focusing on a professional skin fade, using the 00 method, meaning we won't be using a foil shaver. Pay close attention and follow along step by step. First, we separate the top section from the sides, because my client parts his hair to the right. If your client styles their hair forward, there's no need to section it off. Attach the number 2 guard and begin clearing the sides. Be very careful. Leave about 2 fingers of space at the top transition area, as we'll blend that later using clipper over comb. We use the number 2 primarily when the hair is long, like 3 or 4 weeks of growth. However, if the fade from a previous cut is still fresh, you can skip this and go straight to setting your 0 line. The back and balance logic. As you can see, we are now clearing the back of the head. Again, be mindful to leave a bit more length at the top of the crown for a smooth transition. Here is a professional tip. The longer the hair on top, the lower you should keep the weight line at the back. Conversely, if the hair on top is quite short, you can bring that transition line higher up. After establishing that balance, we use the number 2 guard to trim the lower back, and then move to the sides using the same technique. This prepares the canvas for the skin fade and the steps to come. While you're watching, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. I value your feedback, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. Setting the mid-fade guideline. Now look at the natural curve of the temple. Use this as your reference point. In your mind, visualize a curved line starting from the middle of that arc. Be careful. This line shouldn't be perfectly straight toward the back. Since we are creating a mid-fade, you need to drop the line slightly lower at the back of the head. Pro tip for beginners. To make blending easier later, open the lever slightly so it's not a dead 0. This creates a softer guideline that's much easier to erase. Once you gain more confidence, you can keep the lever fully closed for a sharper 0. Ensure the lines on both sides are at the exact same level. If one is higher, your fade will be unbalanced. Once the line is set, clear everything below it, behind the ears and the neckline, down to a 00. Do not cross that guideline, or you will ruin the structure of the fade. When clearing the bottom with the 00, keep your touch light. Pressing too hard causes redness and irritation, which is a bad experience for your client. Also, mind your etiquette around the ears. Never fold them down with 2 fingers. Just use 1 finger to gently guide the ear out of the way. It's more respectful and much more professional. The 0.5 foundation. Next, we fully open the clipper lever to create a 0.5 section. Go about 1 finger width above your initial 0 line. Just like the 0 line curved down at the back, this 0.5 section must follow that exact same curve. Treat your first line as your master blueprint. Stay consistent with it to create a beautiful flow rather than just a random cut. Erasing the first line. Now we need to blend the 0 line into the 0.5. We use 2 specific steps. First, move your lever to the middle, half closed. Hit the line directly and soften it. But don't go all the way up to the top of the 0.5 area. Use a flicking motion with your wrist. Second, close the lever completely to a full 0 and tap the very bottom of the line while lifting the clipper away. Be extremely careful not to go too high, or you'll push the fade up and destroy the work you've already done. Mastering the midsection blend. Now that the bottom part of the hair is finished, we need to work on the area just above the 0.5 line. This is the most important part of the haircut because it makes the transition look smooth and professional. Step 1. Connecting the different lengths. First, take your clipper and put on the number 1 guard. Push the lever all the way down to the open position. This makes the guard act like a 1.5. The hand movement. Use your wrist to make a C-shape movement. Do not press the clipper flat against the head. Instead, pull the clipper away from the skin in a curving motion as you move upward. Use this technique to mix this area into the number 2 section we cut earlier. Move slowly and carefully from one side of the head to the other. Take your time to make sure the hair looks even everywhere. Step 2. How to erase the faint lines. Sometimes, you might still see a light blurry line between the short hair and the long hair. Do not worry, this is normal. Take off the number 1 guard and put on the 0.5 guard. Start with the lever mostly open. Use that same C-shape wrist flick exactly on the line you want to remove. The secret trick. As you move around the head, slowly close the lever bit by bit. Every time you click the lever closer, move your clipper a little bit lower on the head. Teacher's tip. When you close the lever, the blade cuts more hair. This helps you clean up the dark spots near the 0 line without cutting too high or making a new mistake. Step 3, the final touch. Finally, close the lever completely. Use only the very edge of the 0.5 guard on the last few dark shadows. Look at the hair from different angles. And use your mirror to check your work. If you follow these steps and keep your wrist moving in that C shape, you will have a perfect clean fade that looks like a natural shadow. The clipper over comb technique. Now let's learn the clipper over comb technique. This is how we connect the short sides to the long hair on top. For this style, one side blends perfectly, while the other side stays disconnected. You will need a wide comb and a clipper with no guards. Rule 1, safety first. Safety is your priority. Be very careful with the bottom blade of your clipper. Never let the clipper slide under the comb. If the metal touches the skin, you will create a bald spot. Always keep the clipper flat against the back of the comb to stay safe. Rule 2, the comb angle. To get the right shape, you must control the angle. Pull the top of the comb towards your body, away from the head. This creates a short to long look. It keeps the bottom short and the top long, giving the haircut a strong square shape. Rule 3, alignment. How far should the comb be? Look at the hair you cut before. The bottom of the comb should be at the same distance from the skin as the guard you just used, like a number 2. This keeps the transition smooth without any messy steps. Rule 4, stability. Keep your hand very steady. Move the clipper horizontally across the comb, like a smooth wing gliding. Do not press the comb too hard against the head. If you push too deep, you will cut the hair much shorter than you want. Rule 5, detailing. For a soft finish, open the lever fully. If you see a dark spot, turn your clipper vertically up and down and tap the hair lightly. This removes shadows without losing length. Watch my hands closely in the video. Practice keeping your wrist locked, and soon you will cut perfect styles without using plastic guards. To finish, use your trimmers to sharpen the temples and edges. This is the 00 detail. It makes the fade look clean and professional. We will teach you more about perfect lines soon, so stay tuned. That is our final skin fade. I hope this was helpful. Remember, barbering takes practice. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next lesson. Keep practicing.